In this video, I'll show you a simple and fast way to create this radio button here in Figma. I've already separated 3 logos here that we'll use for this tutorial. They all have the same dimension, so I set them to 36 by 22. I'll select these 3 logos, come over to this arrow next to Components, and select this third option, which will create a component with 3 variants, each one being a logo. So I'll just change the name to Payment Method. And I'll change the name of each of these variants. So select the first one. Let's come here and change it to Credit. This second one to PayPal. And the third to Google Pay. Great. Now let's create the radio button. So let's go to the Shape Tools and select the ellipse. Let's create a 12 by 12 ellipse, add a 1 pixel border, and remove the fill. Now let's create an ellipse here. It can be 6 by 6. Let's select these 2 ellipses, align them vertically and horizontally, and we'll just change the fill of this center ellipse here to black. We'll select these 2 ellipses, and with Command G or Control G, we'll group these 2 elements. Now let's create a component from this radio, and click here to add a variant. Let's change the name of this variant to, actually, let's leave it as default, and this second variant here is checked. For this first variant, we can double-click on the center ellipse and delete it. For this second variant, we can change the color to a shade of blue. Let's go to the Assets tab and drag in these 2 components. And with the Text tool, let's create some placeholder text. Alright, let's select these 3 elements, align them vertically, and right-click to add an auto layout. I'll change the name right away to Radio Item. Let's add a fill of white and change the text color to black. Now let's change this spacing from 19 to 10. And the width of our element here will be 250. The horizontal spacing can be 10 pixels, and the vertical can also be 10 pixels. And the border here can also be 10 pixels. I'll go ahead and add a border in a light gray. Okay, with that done, let's create a component from this element too, and click again to add a variant. This second variant, here we can change the name to Checked Item. Let's select our radio button, and where it says Default, we'll change it to Checked. Alright, now let's double-click this element to change the fill color to a light blue. And the border here will change to the same shade of blue. Great. Just one detail. Let's select this first variant and decrease the opacity from 100% to 65. Now let's go to the Assets tab. Drag this last component we created, and holding down Alt and Shift, we'll duplicate it once, and with Command D one more time for a total of 3 elements. We can group these elements with Command G. Let's double-click until we select the logo element and change it from credit to PayPal. And we'll do the same thing here with this last element and change it to Google Pay. Okay, with that done, we'll just change the text here. We have our element with the 3 radio button options. So we can now create the component here. This element will have 4 variants. So let's click here 3 more times. To make a selection for each radio button option, we'll select only this credit card option here and change it from default to checked item. And we'll do the same thing for the PayPal option and for Google Pay as well. Let's go to prototyping and start prototyping our radio button. So for that, we'll select the credit card option and link it to the corresponding option. So here, we'll leave it as on click, set it to Smart Animate, ease out with 50 milliseconds, and we'll do the same thing for the PayPal option, leave it with the same settings. And for the Google Pay option, we'll do the same thing with the other options. So we have the PayPal option here. We'll link it to PayPal, Google Pay too, and so on. I'll create a frame here for us to test it. And I'll drag this last component we created from the Assets tab. Now, when we click, we have only one of the 3 options selected. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope it helped you. If it did, leave a like. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get the next videos first.